Hi, it's Diane. I don't know if I'll be able to video this right now because my battery light is flashing, but I'm going to try to do it very quickly. This is a junk journal that I made out of this red book that had this beautiful lady on it. I added some cutout doilies from scrapbook paper and Mod Podged it and added some lace. I love this lace here, and there's a eyelet already on here so I can add a bead dangle. Just haven't done it yet. And I attached this piece of pink lace or pink elastic that I got from Walmart, and that's the closure with this hitch fastener. There's a lot of lace in this book, much more than I normally use. This pretty lace here is just on the inside. Each of the 3 signatures opens with a page from an 8x8 calendar that featured pre-Raphaelite art, which I love. This is a banner made with coffee dyed paper. You'll see that throughout the book, and it's stamped with the word dream. Here's this pretty little glassine bag that somebody sent me in a swap, and I put this index card in it and this little journaling thing. This pretty lady I got from the internet. Many of the banners that are in this book have definitions stamped with a Stampin' Up! Set called Define Your Life. This is a postcard. It's vintage, it's embossed, and very tactile. It's pretty. And it has writing on the back. It's dated 1910. I bought it at a thrift store or antique store, I think. There's a coffee dyed envelope here. This pretty charm on it. There's an old library date due tag with some ledger paper on the back and a bingo card that Jill sent me, and journaling on the back, and some Kool-Aid and tea-dyed tags that Jill also sent me. I put this little tiny safety pin in it. This is one of the illustrations from the book. There were several illustrations and they're all included in the book. There's some washi tape there. Made a pocket out of this paper, put a tag in there. And I printed some things from the internet, so that's one of those. It's one of the definitions. Here's a S&H green stamp page out of one of their booklets, and some ledger paper I stuck on there for journaling. Tissue paper that's been coffee dyed, or tracing paper I mean, some lace. The envelopes, I made the banners with the coffee dyed paper and the definitions, and then stitched them on there so that they're positioned so that the flaps can tuck in there. And this is also a vintage postcard. It was coming apart, just crumbling. The edges were crumbling, so I made a copy of the back because of the writing on the back, and then adhered it. So now it's much more sturdy, and I can take it in and out of the envelope without fear of damaging it further. Stamping on the back of that. Library pocket that's been coffee dyed, and this card stuck in it. Here's a book page out of this book that I used. I love this owl. There's a tag in there. I think this is from Dreams, Etc., the Jane Austen paper digital kit. And I also got her library cards. I just recently started getting digital downloads, and I love the ones I printed. I can't wait to make books, but at least I've used some of the little tidbits in here. There's some lace on that. This is the second signature. This is from a vintage railroad journal or ledger. I got a bunch of stuff in an envelope. I showed it in one of my thrift store hauls, but there were several types of paper within that packet. And this is one of them. I just glued it on there and then put this little journaling spot on it. This is a glassine bag with an index card that I stamped and inked. This is a vintage ledger sheet from the 1930s. This is from that railroad packet that I got, and they use this tissue paper, and it looks like pattern tissue. And they wrote on it, and the writing was fantastic, this purple writing. I didn't know what to do with it in here, so I used Mod Podge and Mod Podged this pretty napkin that somebody sent me. So it turned out pretty. This is the side with the tissue, and you can still see the writing, and you can see the napkin through it. And then I put this on so I can journal on it. This is from the internet. I love this lady, and she's printed on parchment paper from the copy paper section of Walmart. This is an envelope that I purchased from Digital. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say who it's from because I think it's Dreams, etc. And this journaling card comes with it. I think this was a freebie from somebody else. Here's an illustration from the book. I put a little piece of black ribbon here with the banner. This is a beautiful free printable. I got some free printables by looking on Pinterest. Printed it on the parchment paper and then edge punched it. Here's the next envelope and one of the illustrations from the book glued onto some lined paper. And these are pieces that I stitched together and then stitched it on as a pocket. Put one of the library cards in there. I love these little tags that Jill made for me. This is a stamp. There's another collection of things that I stitched together, and then this is just a scrap of coffee dyed paper. This one is from, oh, I don't want to say who, because I downloaded things from Dreams, etc. and Ephemera's Vintage Garden and one other one, and this was a set of ephemera, and I had to include it in this book because my dad's name is Kingsley, his first name, and he went by the nickname of Kink. So this is Kink's Mills, Pennsylvania, and we're from Pennsylvania, so I had to include that. I have to look up Kink's Mills and see where it is in Pennsylvania. Here's the other side of that tissue paper with the napkin. You can see more of the writing here. Train order number. These are from 1968, I think. Yeah, 68. So they're not, antique, but I like them. They're still vintage. Here's the other side of the glassine bag. This pretty lady that I got from the internet. Some pretty lace. This is the other side of the calendar page. I think they're 8 by 8. I didn't actually measure them, but I folded them so that there's just a short page on the back of the book. Here's the next signature. Got another one of Jill's tags there. And here's another piece of the railroad paper. So that the pink and then this white and then the pattern, the tissue paper, all came in the same packet that I purchased at a thrift store. There's an envelope, and this has copyright 1907 that I cut from the front of this book. And there's a tag inside, also from the Jane Austen collection. This illustration was at the beginning of the book, and it had this tissue over it. So I washi taped it in. Wanted to preserve that, and it has some lace crochet trim here. And I glued this. Somebody sent me this in a swap also. It's beautiful. This fancy edging actually came off a greeting card. I could not throw that away. I believe this came from Una from Ireland in a swap. And I cut the bottom off, and it's on another page coming up. It's from the internet, a free printable. This came from a vintage address book. Here's the bottom of that list page from Una. Coffee dye tracing paper, a tag with a stamp on it. This post-it note came from Una also. I love it. Very shabby chic. This is one of the tickets that Jill made for me. Thanks, Jill. I love those tickets. This is a free printable, and I made this index card journaling spot. This is a stamp. Some pretty lace on that. I know some of the lace came from Lori in the swap we did. Thank you, Lori. I used quite a bit of your lace in this book. Here's the other side of the envelope, and this is the first paragraph from this book. I included that journaling spot in there. This is a large stamp from Stampin' Up. It's a full doily. I just stamped half of it on this on the edge of the page. Another journaling card that I stamped, index card. There's some canvas tags glued in here. And then I used a library pocket, glued this picture on from a old magazine, and put this little clip on. This came from Hobby Lobby. And I put a sticker on there that says today. And then there's an index card in here and this library card. And I glued the front page of the book in here. The name of the book was Satan Sanderson. And just, I thought it was interesting to have that included. So, there it is. And I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I'll be back with another video. Thank you.